The latest jobs data shows the labor market remains extremely strong, but many companies have slowed hiring from the post-pandemic highs. Still, there are ways to find job opportunities even as the job market begins to moderate here. Joining me now, we've got Shirley Davis. Shirley is the president of SDS Global Enterprises. She built a successful 30-plus year career in human resources. Great to have you here with us in studio.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's talk about this a little bit, especially as we think about the report that came out this morning. Yeah. It still seems like there are some, for better use of a phrase, hot pockets right now in the employment landscape, but there are some areas of moderation. How can employees make sure that they're doing their due diligence in their transition into new roles and ultimately identifying those positions that are open to move into as well?
Yeah, you got to leverage your network. I think that's very important. I know online there's so many opportunities there. If you're using AI, you can certainly use that for example, LinkedIn and Indeed and all of the other talent sources that are available online. But that network is key and critical because they can help you be referred to jobs that are available, tell you a little bit about the culture that's there, tell you what kind of skills are necessary in order to be able to really look at the job as an opportunity for you to grow and to thrive. I like to use AI because I think it's a great tool to use for how do we, for example, I'm thinking about job searching, skill matching, or if I'm looking to get learning and development. LinkedIn Learning is a great one to leverage. Coursera is one, and certainly I've used all of those, and I'm so really proud to be a LinkedIn Learning author where we also help people with the job skills that they need to really upskill and reskill.
You hear so much about upskilling, reskilling right now, and it's because there are a lot of people that are trying to chart their pivot.
That's right.
What are the best ways to essentially chart that pivot ahead of time before you even get into the interviewing process and then taking on a new position?
Yeah, I think you definitely have to do your due diligence and look at what are some of the kinds of skills, competencies that are necessary. There's a lot of opportunities to find online. For example, Glassdoor.com, Salary.com will tell you a little bit more about the kinds of roles are available, the skills that are there, and the salary range. And then knowing that you align. Be clear about what are the skills, gifts, talents, and strengths, as well as the results and the value that you bring to the organization. And do the due diligence on salary. What is the salary range that you feel like all of those skills that you bring really justify a salary range? And I say do it with clarity, do it with conviction, and do it with confidence. I
like a phrase that you have. You talk about golden handcuffs. Explain what those are and how job seekers can break out of those golden handcuffs to find some new opportunities.
Yeah, important to think about golden handcuffs, which really is a very lucrative or sometimes an appealing package that they offer you to stay on board or stay for a longer period of time. That has some advantages, but it may have some disadvantages as well, particularly for people of color, especially because we don't always see representation at the top. We don't always see pay equity as we should, and we certainly don't see the role opportunities for growth and promotions. And so the golden handcuffs, while they give you great bonuses and financial perks, they can also handcuff you to a degree to where you need to make sure you're aligned. Is this where you want to be in a year from now, 2 years from now? And you may even be able to negotiate that contract for a shorter period of time. But know that if you're going to have a golden handcuff approach, that you need to make sure that it is aligned with where you want to be long term.
What are the new age negotiation skills that everyone needs to remember as they are negotiating compensation packages and salaries?
Well, do your homework, know your value, but not only your value with the skills that you bring, but know the value based on the market. What is the market holding? What is the salary range that's out there? And then what are some of the results and the achievements that you have achieved that you can then offer to the company? I think that's a big part. I'm big on asking people who've already worked on the inside of the organization, what might be a great way to do that. And then using talent search firms is another great way to find out what is the salary ranges and how I can negotiate that.
Shirley Davis of SDS Global Enterprises, thank you so much for joining us here in studio.
What a pleasure. Thank you.